Hello, everyone. I'm Armstrong Williams. I just returned from the Super Bowl in Houston, Texas, watching that extraordinary classic between the Patriots and the Atlanta Hawks. And did I say the Falcons? The Falcons. What did I say? The Hawks. Well, they are the Hawks. Come on, the Atlanta Hawks. Oh, they're the Falcons. I'm sorry. My camera guy just corrected me. So we're not fake over here. We keep it real. Oh, speaking of fake, I like that. Speaking of fake, I was going to talk about something, but I'm going to talk about fake. President Trump said recently that all the national polls showing that he has high negatives is fake news. And it has been making the rounds across the media. He even sent out a tweet today on the New York Times. So let us, as someone in the media, put this in perspective for you. Because as a broadcast owner of television stations and other media platforms, we take what we do very seriously. And I must tell you this, and I want to be fair and objective to the institution of media, which I'm a part of and I respect, but also to the President of the United States, whom I also respect. If the media during the presidential cycle, and especially the last 2 weeks leading up to the November 8th election, if every poll, every media report, every cable report was clear that Donald Trump did not have a snowball chance of winning, and on the day after the election, and Trump does win, would you say that the news media lost immense credibility? And could you come to the conclusion that what was reported was fake? That they knew that polls were showing something differently? Or did they really believe? How could all of them, with the exception of people like Sinclair Broadcast and a few others, how could they in Howard Stern Holdings, how could they get it wrong? There had to be, and this is not a condemnation of my respected mainstream and conservative media, but even Fox polls. So it's not just the liberal. We like to label it just as the liberal media that said that Trump did not have a chance of winning. But listen, it's also the conservative media. How could they get it so wrong? Could there have been a diabolical plot that no matter what they knew in terms of their own internal polling, it didn't matter whether the polls showed or not that Trump had some chance of winning? They were going to continue this narrative until people believed that Trump did not have a chance of winning, so there's no need of going to the polls. If you did go to the poll, you're just wasting your vote. Well, guess what? Trump won. And so as much as the president may say that these polls saying that he has 9 negatives is fake news, to a very strong degree, you must believe him, and you must conclude that there is much credibility to support it. Because listen, the media lost their credibility during the election cycle. And for Trump to say now that this talking about how people feel about him is fake news, I'm not going to disagree with him. I'm not going to disagree with him. Because given the history of the media, many people can conclude that what is being reported now is fake news. And I will tell you this, the media needs to put aside their self-importance, their egos, and their perceived worth in terms of people trusting them, and at least be fair, balanced in their reporting when it comes to the president and his administration. Not since Nixon, and I think it's worse than Nixon, have we ever seen the media so bent on being anti an American president. To me, it makes me want to pause. It makes me want to step back and ask, what has happened to our institution called media? The president, in all fairness, and I'm not taking sides, has every right to question the polls that have been put out on him recently, talking about his high negatives. He has every right to categorize that as fake news. If the media wants to regain their credibility, their reputation of being fair and balanced. You must be fair to the institution of the White House, and you must see not what you want to see, but you got to get rid of your emotions and the negative energy over the fact that Donald Trump is president of the United States, and you should do your job, and you should do it fairly, you should do it honorably, and you should do it where people can trust what you report and what you say in your reporting. So I've concluded, as a broadcast owner, that it is very legitimate, very credible, and it's not a stretch for the President of the United States to conclude that most of what is reported on him is fake news. And guess what? Many Americans are buying into it. They're saying ignore the media because you can't trust them. You've got to find the good in this man, as we do, and you got to report that too, because when you're balanced, when you do challenge him in a very constructive, critical way, people are more likely to believe you. So fake news is not going anywhere until you stop the faking. I'm Armstrong Williams.